Of all the major fashion brands and luxury goods companies in the world, Hermès is at the top. You know the Birkin bag, that episode of Sex and the City with Lucy Liu.
Hermès.
But they're most known for their silk scarves.
Famous people have worn the scarves. Grace Kelly, Queen Elizabeth, and now young women are wearing them as tops, as belts, as a skirt.
That's the only place I would go, is I would go to Hermès. Each time I would buy 3 to 5 scarves.
I was going to go to the Hermès scarf factory and report a story about the process of making a scarf. And they heard I was from Texas. And they're like, oh, you have to know Kermit Oliver. I'd never heard the name before in my life.
Kermit is the only American artist that has ever designed a scarf for Hermès.
He spent most of his career at the post office working night shift because it allowed him to have natural daylight to paint.
After he got off, he'd go right in the studio.
His attention to detail was just excruciating.
His paintings, in it, as he describes them, are painted collages, and they are just entirely a world of his own making.
He was bringing an element that had never been brought to Hermès before.
It had passion. You felt it. You looked at it, you thought about it, you wanted it. It sets your brain on fire.
People wanted more because of the uniqueness of his designs.
We're doing a preview at 11 o'clock. At 8:30 in the morning, there was already a line of people out waiting to get in.
And there were all these red dots all around the room. Every painting had sold.
I own 3 of Kermit's scarves.
We've sold 5 of them for $50,000 a piece.
I usually get 2 or 3 calls a week asking, do you sell the scarves?
They sell out instantly, even before they hit the shelves.
He was a rock star.
So much of fine art is built around society, and it's built around socializing. And there's so much expectation for an artist to not only be a really good artist, but you've also got to show up to the party.
But that was such a strain for him. He doesn't want the attention. He doesn't like the crowds.
He said, I can be satisfied with one room with my books and my paints. And if someone just slides just a tray of food under the door for me, every once in a while, I can be the happiest person.
I go and I interview Shelby Marcus, and we're talking about Kermit's early days as an artist and how she helped discover him and legacy in the canon of American painters. And she says, did he tell you about his son Christian? No, I was like, not really. And she said, oh, you can't tell the Kermit Oliver story without fully understanding what happened to Christian.
Christian was always his own drummer boy, and he went his own way.
1998, Christian, who had fallen in with the wrong crowd, started dating a girl named Sonia. They drove over to Nacogdoches County, and they were going to break into a house. So the homeowner, Joe Collins, walked in and surprised them. Christian turned around and shot Joe. And look, it didn't take long for the police to put it all together. There's a lot of attention on this case, and Kermit, being a father and a provider first and foremost, he wants to get a lawyer for his son. But this is a huge case, and bills are racking up. It's going to reach $500,000. So you know who's going to help Kermit? Hermès. A deal was struck to reissue a lot of Kermit's own work. They got the $500,000, and they got the best attorney that money could buy. It did not work, and Christian was sentenced to death.
My dad took it harder than all of us that night. I think they thought it was a bad dream. Completely changed his personality after the execution. He's just not the same.
Before the incident, a lot of the work were animals in pastures, serene images. After the incident, the work was very frenetic.
He had said that he would not paint anymore. His heart wasn't in it. He is not going to do any more scarves for Hermès.
It's crazy for me to think that he is such an accomplished artist, hanging in the Smithsonian, and so many folks don't know who he is, that there are so few forums for experiencing his work. but I want folks to know who he is.
He's such a wonderful human being that you just can't help it but love him and love him dearly.
The fact that this man in his Texas town was able to accomplish doing scarves for Hermès and still remain who he truly was is just remarkable. It's really interesting. His whole story is interesting. He is truly one of the greatest artists, not just the greatest Black artist, but just one of the greatest artists.
Kermit is just a magical man.